Good morning, Southland. I'm coming to you live, driving down the road in my pickup truck. We call this the Pickup Parley. As an older fat person, okay, the older you get, the worse it is on you. Because here's the deal. I'll be 52 next month, and at 42, I felt fine. Now, 10 years later, my knees, both my knees, left's worse than the right, but both my knees are bad. I've got a hip that's giving me trouble. I've got a back injury that I pulled them. I don't know if I tore it, but I messed with some muscles about 4 years ago. That's never completely healed and probably will never heal until I get this weight off of me. So I'll just say that I agree. Just because you're overweight doesn't make you unattractive. But it's unhealthy, folks. It's just unhealthy. So I'm using this as a launching pad. This Pickup Parley, this will be another talk show that I'll put on my channel. Not that I need another one. It's not like a lot of people listen to it, but that's okay. These are more for me than they are for you. But if you like them, that's great. You know, like, share, subscribe, all that kind of thing. But I'm just going to tell you right now, I'm going to get fat surgery. I call it Mexican fat surgery because I'm going to Tijuana, Mexico to get gastric bypass done. I'm not exactly sure what my timeline is, but I kind of want to document what's going on. So this is like my first day of talking about it. So we're going to dedicate these Pickup Parleys. These will be things that I talk about driving back and forth my pickup. I've got, 45-minute ride back and forth from work in the mornings and evenings. So, I've got plenty of time to talk to you guys. And I'm going to talk to myself because these are the things that I want to do. I want to change how I feel because I feel bad every day of my life. I feel physically bad. Not to mention, and maybe I'll get more comfortable with talking about a few of these things later, but I'm just going to tell you right now, unless you have been fat, and I don't mean chubby, I'm not talking about putting on, 10 or 15, 20, or even 30 extra pounds. I'm talking about if you've never been fat, obese, then you have no idea what it's like. You have no way of knowing the rigors that we go through every day, and I'm not complaining about it. I don't want your sympathy. This is not a give me your sympathy kind of deal. This is, I want people to understand that we go into a room, we're very aware. You know how they talk about sometimes police officers and soldiers and that sort of thing are trained about situational awareness. They go into a room and they assess who's in the room and what are they likely to. Is it a threat? Is it not a threat? That sort of thing. Well, as an obese person, as a super fat person, I'm going to tell you right now that whenever I walk into a room, the first thing I do is scan around for a place to sit, and I want to sit because it's not that I can't stand, and it's not that I can't stand for a long time if needed, but the thing about it is that I feel like, and this is more like this the older I get, I feel like that I only have so much standing time left in my life, and I don't want to waste it idly. So if I need to stand, fine, I'll stand. But if I don't need to stand, I'm going to try to find a place to sit. And you might think, well, go sit down, fatty. It's not a big deal. Actually, it is a big deal. thin people or even chubby people, you don't pay attention to like chairs with armrests, do you? Think about that. Chairs with armrests, I have to look at really closely before I try to sit down, because my big wide ass ain't gonna fit into the chair if the armrests aren't wide enough. So I look for chairs with no armrest or wide chairs. Maybe a bench that's made for 2 or 3 people, and I sit my big ass on it because it's more comfortable. So you don't think about that when you're thin. That's something we think about. We think about it every single time. Every time we go in and try to find somewhere to sit. That's the first thing we think about. Where am I going to sit? And then it goes a little deeper than that. If we can just talk about sitting somewhere, it goes deeper than that. Then I look at you assess the chairs, and say you go to somebody's house and you assess the chairs. Okay, first of all, I want to find a chair that's sturdy enough to hold me. So, right off the bat, wicker's out the window. There is no wicker, because if you sit on wicker, yeah, it's bad. So, no wicker right off the top. Then you want to try to avoid things like antique furniture, because old people were not fat in olden times, and they weren't made for fat people. It's just the way it is. You want to stay away from furniture that's low to the ground. You see all these factors that come in, and we do it, automatically scan the room. There's a potential chair. Let's see if there's any chairs that might be better. Nope. Okay, I'm going to sit there, and then we sit on the couch, and the first thing we do is try to figure out whether there's any firmness to it. If it's firm, we're good. If it's not, then we're going to have to figure out a way to stand up, and we're going to have to sit. You can't sit in the middle. There is no sit in the middle of a couch. You don't sit in the middle of a couch. You do not sit in the middle of a couch. That's obese 101 right there, because you have to have that arm of the couch or chair to help you stand up. It's fact of life. So, I know this is a little rambling, but it's just kind of my idea of what I want to be in my pickup parlays. I just want to talk about being fat, being obese, and some of the reasons why that I want to not be that way anymore. And I'm going to try to change my lifestyle. And part of that's going to be Mexican fat surgery. I'll get into that later. It's not vanity. It is not. I give a shit less. It's just me. I just need it. So anyway, like I said, these pickup parlays are more for me than they are for you. But if you like them, watch them, share them, click subscribe. Share them with other people. I'm fine with other people knowing about my business. If I wasn't fine with it, I wouldn't be putting it on YouTube. So there you go. So I'm home, and that's been the pickup parlay. We'll pick it up later. See ya.
And see me as more than Mark, who works at Arby's.